Hello everyone and welcome back to Kick-Ass, the game. And, man, it's been a while since I've recorded this. Been trying, but, yeah, just haven't really, you know, uh, I've been busy. But, I hope everybody's been enjoying our string of videos lately, or our new LPs, including, Shattered Dimensions and, Batman the Brave and the Bold, the game. So I'm hoping everybody enjoys that. But yeah, we're here with another part of Kick-Ass, and so I figured for this part, for the next 15 minutes or so, or 13, whatever, it doesn't matter, that I talk about my history with Kick-Ass in the movies, and or at least the first, yeah, the only two movies, and talk about the possibility of, because they were saying that maybe they'll do a reboot, so I'm curious how that's actually going to pan out. So yeah, let's get into it. I guess one thing I want to note before we move on is that I hate this level. I really don't like it at all. There's a like I remember playing this, and it was just a weird difficulty spike right here in the beginning. I ended up dying like 4 times. It was bad. So I don't know. This game, it's a weird one. But anyway, so Kick-Ass, the movie.
Hey, it's Kick-Ass.
I'm trying to remember exactly when I discovered the movie. I want to say it was I want to say this was like, it was not too far after its release, like in 2010. I didn't see this in theaters. Didn't own it till much later. I think I discovered this from video on demand. Oh, that makes me feel kind of old saying that. But yeah, video on demand was a thing where, it's essentially pay-per-view, but just movies and TV shows. And our provider had a list of free movies every month or so. So once a month, I'd go through the catalog and find a movie to watch. A lot of it was just crap, and then I stumbled upon Kick-Ass, and there was a good period of time where I was watching this movie for like, it was at least once a day. Like, I enjoyed the movie that much that I was just like, I did that with a lot of movies. Like, I'd watch them during the day, like after school, or we used to have our PS2 in the room, so maybe I'd pop a DVD in before I went to bed. It was usually like something like Kung Fu Panda or Megamind, like nothing really too like extravagant or whatnot. I laugh every time I see those memes of like waking up at three in the morning hearing this, and it's just whatever DVD or game was left on standby. I definitely did that my fair share of times, and but yeah, video on demand. I watched Kick-Ass like a dozen or so times. It was a lot. I did the same thing for like Scott Pilgrim and stuff, which when we get to that game, that'll be fun. But yeah, Kick-Ass was just, it was just another movie on the catalog, and I enjoyed it immensely. Like, I had so much fun going through it. like it was a dark like satire of comics, but also like it had a lot of heart and it was fun. And the whole cast was great. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Chloe Grace Moretz, Nicolas Cage, McLovin. I can't remember the guy's name, but Mark Strong was great in it as the bad guy. Frank D'Amico, like the whole story in general. Visually, it like stands the test of time, and like it's a great time. Like I'd recommend everybody who's into the comic book genre to at least watch it once. So it was like, so yeah, around 2010, 2011, I was really into Kick-Ass and all kinds of, like, watched the movie a dozen or so times. And then when they announced they were doing a sequel, I was also as equally excited. And I actually did see the second movie in a theater. Actually, I just remember one of my favorite memories from the first Kick-Ass movie when I watched it over and over again. I went to a birthday party one time, and the birthday party was at a movie theater. We all went and saw. It was the Chronicles of Narnia movie. It was that last one where they're all out at sea. I remember, like we got to the theater. We had some pizza and some cake. We watched the movie. And then afterwards, I went home and watched Kick-Ass straight away. Because I think I like left premature. I left prematurely through the movie, so I didn't like. I might have been like halfway through or something, but I remember I just came home, sat right on the couch, went on video demand, and just finished the movie right then and there. And it was like the part that we picked up on was. It was like right. It was like right after the. When Frank kills the fake Kick-Ass on the street. Like I remember just hitting play when the movie loaded, and then all of a sudden it's just him kicking the shit out of some random dude in the street, and him just dying. Yeah, everyone else I knew were like they were watching kid-friendly movies. At school we'd talk about like I remember when Kung Fu Panda was his thing. We'd talk about fucking Kung Fu Panda, and so at school we talked about Kung Fu Panda, and then I'd go home and just watch Kick-Ass just murder people with a jetpack. That was a whole lot of fun. I remember that just being my whole childhood. Like, I remember watching Hellboy for the first time as like a 7-year-old, and I'd just go in school and be like, "Hey, I watched this movie called Hellboy," and I remember my teachers being like, "That's horrible. You shouldn't say that." So it's like, what? It's just the guy's name. It's Hellboy. Teachers. But so anyway. As I was saying, for the second movie, I watched the second movie in a theater. It was like me, my sister, my brother, and then I think a friend of theirs joined us. It was like it was during the weekday, because we had a local theater that was like it was like kind of run down, but the prices were super cheap. So we grabbed our tickets, we grabbed popcorn and stuff. We just enjoyed the movie, and it was one of those movies which I liked at first, and then as I got older, I just kind of appreciated it less and less. Like it was just there was just a lot about it growing up which didn't feel right. And in some cases, like I did a rewatch not too long ago and it just made me want to watch the first movie more. Like, I watched them back to back. I watched the first movie, and then I watched the second one. And then as soon as I finished watching the second one, I just was like, all right, I'm watching the first movie again because it's so much better. I don't know. It was a weird time, but I know a lot of us, like, when you're a kid, you watch something and then you grow up and you just kind of wonder yourself, why did I even like that? And I mean, it's not like I'm saying that Kick-Ass 2 is like, it's one of the worst movies in the world, but it's just like, it's such a downgrade compared to what came before, just in everything. Story wasn't that great. It felt like none of the actors really gave a shit at any point. Even though I do like some elements of, well, I like one element of Kick-Ass 2, which is Colonel Stars and Stripes, played by Jim Carrey. He does a fantastic job, but and you could tell like he had a ton of fun while filming it, and then events happened where, you know, he just kind of disassociated while they were marketing the film, and it's a weird thing, but like, I guess, you know, that kind of it happens. So I'm not giving him flack for that, but would I take it to the, you know, extreme that Chloe Grace Moretz, like, tweeting him back? You know, probably not, but so what was I gonna, but yeah, it's if I felt like going back and watching it now, it'd just be one of those things where I kind of just turn my brain off and enjoy what's happening on screen, because I'm not really paying attention to the story or whatnot. It's just whatever. But so yeah, that essentially killed the franchise, and there's been rumblings lately about them doing a reboot of sorts, and, you know, having, I guess because the movie reigns went back to Vince Vaughn, so I guess he would be directing. He'd be directing it, but yeah, I don't know what exactly they would, what exactly they do for that, but yeah, I don't know, it's weird. But you know, I'm curious to see what they do with it. Like, if they're doing Dave's story again in Vince's hands, or Matthew Vaughn. Why did I say Vince Vaughn? I like Vince Vaughn, but yeah, Matthew Vaughn. I don't know what I was thinking there, but there's The Mist. I like that this dude just shows up out of nowhere. Wow. But
is that sweet or what?
I hope they kind of like adapt the newer comics. You know, give it their spin on that. You know, another thing I would love for them to do is to go the Scott Pilgrim anime route. Just make it into a if they're gonna redo the events of the first. If they're gonna redo the events of the comics, they could just do it as a animated series or animated film or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for part 3. So I'll see you guys next time for the next part of Kick-Ass. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.